You made it. I've brought the others.
We cut a sway through the barbarians. None shall stand in our way.
This Cerberus is alive.
Domina! Everyone's dead. I couldn't save them. The barbarians were looking for you. I don't know. My knowledge of their language is limited. They were talking about their Patronus at one point, but I could not catch his name. She tried to hide in the study. I'm sorry. They were everywhere. We have failed you.
They will pay for this.
This looks less and less like an unfortunate coincidence.
It seems like these Gauls were deliberately targeting you.
At least 4? But it happened so fast. I was trying to get your mother to safety.
It sounds like there are people in the study.
No time to waste!
Domina!
Cowards! Face me! This is all too easy. Howl like the dog you are.
think this is the last of them?
Make way! Make way, I said!
She lost a lot of blood. It does not look good. We need to keep her warm. You should rest. That's the best thing you can do now.
The Senate is bound to call a meeting. They'll surely declare war. We already have most of the team back together, except for one. Deianira is in the dungeon awaiting her execution. After this attack, I believe we may have the leverage we need to get her out of there. You should go and sort things out before you head to the Senate. We can't be sure we'll get another chance.
They finally let you in. Heard you had been trying to see me. It's good to see you too. You look well. More mature. I guess I have been here longer than I thought. No. Silvius was only one I came for. But it got away from me. He said they were there by own choice. I knew he lied. I thought I was saving them, but they looked at me with the exact same fear in their eyes. I hoped this guilt I carry every day would fade when I had vengeance. But still, when I think of her, I feel pressure around my heart. Her name was Tzūsa. She was 2 years younger than me. She loved horses more than anything else, and they seemed to love her back. She was my best friend. We braided each other's hair and hunted rabbits. We were always competing together against our brothers, and we always won. I have not followed threefold path of Asher. I have spread grief instead of happiness. I have blackened my soul with evil thought and evil deeds. If I stay here and face my execution, maybe I will be redeemed in the eyes of the wise Lord. You think it is like that? A merchant's scale where you can just put down good deeds to weigh up the bad? If only. I know you are trying to help, but I feel that I have been treading water for years. And now I am pulled under. It was my fault that she died. I wanted to go to the Greek city. I wanted wine and spices and beautiful dresses. She was scared, but I told her I would keep her safe. I was eager and naive, and they exploited it. They lured us with pretty promises and tried to force themselves on us. We fought back. I killed one of them. Then Silvius killed Tzūsa. Every part of it, every single thing that led to her death was my fault. I know what you say is true, but what I feel is different. It doesn't matter what you say, and you didn't even know her. I would. Of course I would. Maybe one day, I will be able to. I guess that will not happen if I am executed though, huh? Fine. You are good at this, you know. Let's go. It doesn't matter what you say, and you didn't even know her. I would. Of course I would. Maybe one day, I will be able to. I guess that will not happen if I am executed though, huh? Fine. You are good at this, you know. Let's go.
As per today's augury...
Orcus, take your auguries, Cicero. The Gauls attacked us. Here, in Rome. Do we really need the gods' opinions to decide on today's relatio?
Webius Vitellius Lurco, you will respect the Senate and its procedures.
Then the Senate must respect the people of Rome.
The Senate is the people of Rome.
Our most esteemed senators and officials seem very much alive to my eyes. The same cannot be said for the men and women who were slain in Ostia. My own brother's villa was attacked. He and his wife almost died. Her mother was not as fortunate. Gallic barbarians just marched through the streets of Rome killing noblewomen. I'm certain if her sister were allowed to speak up, she would not remain silent. In her place, I'd be outraged. I am outraged. My business ventures have nothing to do with this. Control your grief. We all suffered losses.
I think it is you who should practice control, Vitellius Loco. I, for one, am sure she speaks with evidence.
Typical. This is no time for your self-centered antics. Everyone was targeted. Our citizens are in grave danger. Senators, Romans, we are the sons of wolves. We are proud as we should naturally be. But in our pride, we have grown docile and meek, allowing jackals to attack us without fear. They were laughing. With blood in their eyes, they've slaughtered our own wives and daughters. And what have we done since then? What are we doing now? Nothing. Nothing but endless debates and discussions. I say the time for philosophers is past. Now is the time for warriors. I say we strike now. We shall encircle them like the wolves we are. I say we attack. What say you?
I say, cease your populist posturing, Vitellius Lurco. Senators, we are at the heart of our republic, discussing what's perhaps the most important relatio of this age. And you behave like hysterical
And you
children.
behave like a spoiled child who's trying to wear his father's sandals.
Do not test me, Vitellius Lurco. Speak out of turn again, and I shall see you dragged in chains right into the closest dungeon.
Watch and know your words, Cicero. You are speaking to a consul of Rome and the representative of its people.
You are as well. I hold the Imperium. I alone can determine the course of this discussion. Nothing happens without my consent. That is
And
why...
maybe that's why this needs to change.
What?
Citizens, friends, I apologize for my outburst, and I apologize to you, Cicero. I was out of turn indeed.
I'm not sure what you're playing.
It's my frustration talking, even though I am your co-consul and still new to this world of politics. You are a man of words, Cicero. I believe this crisis we're in requires a man of action. For this reason, I propose, with great humility, that this Senate should consider electing me as dictator until this situation ends. I understand your concern. Honestly, I wish I was omnipotent. Then I could bring all of our dead friends back from the depths of Dis. But now, we should focus on preventing more deaths.
And we achieve this by attacking Gallia?
It is difficult for a non-military mind to understand this. War causes death, true. But in this case, it will be to prevent even more death.
You have built a reputation as a talented commander, and certainly there must be something to it all. But you have already overstepped your bounds many times. Do not push it further.
It matters not. To be made dictator, one must be consul already.
Then I shall go. I have no wish to fight another war, but it is better than sending this pretender.
Your lies are shameless, Pompeius. You are desperate to be made dictator.
My victories speak for themselves. I am best suited among us to prosecute this war.
Then why don't we call you Rex and bring back the old kingdom?
Cato?
What if I lead the war together with an experienced commander as my advisor?
And take one of your equally incapable lackeys with you? How would that help?
I shall lead a consular army into Gallia, in command of one half of our military might, while the other half is controlled by someone who has absolutely no reason to like me. What do you say to that, heir of Lucullus? Will you join forces with me? After all, these men are right. I need the support and the experience of a commander as skilled as you. You will be working for Rome. It would be quite unwise to refuse. I can tell from your faces no one will oppose this idea.
It sounds like a reasonable compromise. If anyone dislikes Loco more than Cicero right now, it is this woman.
She has proven herself to be a proficient commander. Fine, as long as she answers to Lurko.
Sure. What could possibly go wrong?
I can see there is no sense in trying to have a civilized conversation about this. Very well. Have it your way then. But we will not do this like animals. We still have to vote on it. If we execute this plan, it means Vitellius Lurco will be dictator for the duration of the Gallia campaign. More importantly, it means Rome is declaring war on Gallia.
The war has already been declared. We're going to finish it.
All those in favor of this solution to the relatio?
Oh, good. Exactly where I want to be. Surrounded by 6,000 men loyal to our archenemy.
Vitellius Lurco is the consul of Rome. We're safe. At least for now.
The word safe has far too much margin of error to be of comfort.
Are we, Legate? Sœuete Legionare? The consul was expecting you. Please lay down your weapons before you proceed. They told me you are a bit slow. Very well. Watch my lips closely now. Lay down your weapons. Do you understand?
What is the meaning of this? How dare they attack a legatus of Rome? This shall be a lesson to those who might be thinking of a similar course of action. Oh well. Let us move to my tent and discuss our situation.
They're a bunch of jaded old men who have no taste for glory any longer. Why would they?
They already fought and bled in 2 campaigns for their beloved legatus. And what do they have to show for it? Not a thing.
First of all, I would like to express how your presence honors me, Legate. These Gallic barbarians are numerous and cunning, but with you on my side, we shall be triumphant. You wound me. I know, in the past, we haven't seen eye to eye. That is no secret. But I always felt the animosity between us stemmed from a misunderstanding. Don't forget that you are my sister-in-law. The barbarians tried to kill you. Now they shall suffer our vengeance. Come now, I'm sure you don't mean that. Your father's death was a tragic accident. It pains me that you would think I was behind it. I am no stranger to grief myself. I know how it can take over a man's soul. Resist this urge, my friend. We're here to make history and get vengeance for what they did to your family. A challenge. Oh, I like it. Unfortunately, our legions have a problem, and we need to solve that first. Commanding a massive consular army is comforting, but it also means we'll have to feed our legionari. And let me tell you, Legate, we don't have enough food. Price we pay for mobilizing fast. As such, we will have to strike a deal with the local tribes sympathetic to our cause. A couple of chieftains agreed to help us. We shall meet them and negotiate a deal. Naturally, I'll be there to help you, just in case. One of the chieftains specifically requested your presence. Suspicious, I know. I say, let us humor them and give them what they desire. At least, for now. I guess we will.
By the will of Tutatis, the Romans have arrived, as foretold.
It is your time to shine. Prove to me you're not just a mindless warrior, but also a skilled diplomat.
We are not Dumnorix. In your tongue we are called Dewatiacus. He who was known as Dumnorix is a brother to us.
It is I, Roman. I am he who is known as the King of the World. Apologies do not revive the wrongfully slain. Do enlighten us as to the nature of the help you require, Roman.
All we ask in return is your friendship.
And do you always get what you want? My name is for my friends. You may call me Vercingetorix, the king of warrior kings. I rule the Arwani. The Vitiacus and Dumnorix are my friends, and the Aedui whom they rule are allies of my people. I wish I could say it were nice to meet you, but under the circumstances that would obviously be absurd. That is what they call me, and what my name means in your language. I am the one who has united the tribes. He is the one who talks to the three deaths and sees into the future. He may seem friendly, but druids can be very dangerous. I advise you to watch your words. Cease this unprovoked invasion and leave immediately. Of course, I know your bloodthirsty nature will prevent you from doing that. You will not be satisfied until you've enslaved every single one of us. Feel free to try, Roman. You'll find that Gallia is like no other land. What are you talking about? No one would attack Rome itself. That would be beyond insanity. Do you think my people are dumb?
Lies! The woman is lying. She's trying to trick you. I told you this was a bad idea.
Even if one of the kings did harbor such ambitions, they would never act on them without my knowledge. That would be the stupidest method of usurping my non-existent throne.
A throne may look like a seat, but a true king enthroned needs no seat.
If what you say is indeed true, Roman, your attacker was no king. There are many warriors among us who offer their services to whomever wants to pay.
With all due respect, I believe that's beside the point. A savage attack was carried out by Gallic forces. It matters very little if they were hired or not.
It matters to me. Roman, you spin an intriguing yarn. I shall look into this, and if you're telling the truth, I shall find whoever's responsible. Meanwhile, stop attacking my people.
This is a joke to you. My people are being slaughtered. I see nothing to laugh about.
It seems like tact and subtlety are in poor supply amongst your kind. Be that as it may, I do understand. We will see each other again, if Tyrannus wills it. Until then, I grant the Aedui limited permission to engage in trade with the Romans.
The Aedui alone, I assume.
Of course. It's not like the ᴑᴜᴜᴜ would deal with the Romans anyway.
Feel free to try. But know that their chieftain is called the King of Killing.
I believe there's nothing more to discuss at this juncture. Until we meet again. Ueleti, as you say.
The time has come. Let us speak now. We speak only when there are things to say. Some speak when there's nothing to say. Some do not speak at all. Our brother left now, for now was the time for him to leave. His distaste for your company has very little to do with it. Of details, there is not much to discuss. You will receive what you will receive, and that is what we will provide. And it is not enough. The question is well phrased. To make use of the supplies we will give you, you must survive. Our brother is a man of honor and dignity. He is not fond of betrayals, nor betrayers. You do not know ᴑᴜᴜ. You don't, and now you will. ᴑᴜᴜ is the leader of the Helvetii. The Helvetii are currently gathering in order to attack and destroy your legions. You have invaded our lands, the people of the mountains to the east of here. He is an honorable king. He is strong, courageous, and wealthy. He will destroy your legions if he is not stopped.
Ordinarily, I would prefer to avoid bloodshed, but a preemptive attack seems like the most sensible action here. If we move at once, we can surely catch them off guard. Killing ᴠᴇᴜ should prove how powerful our legions are, and send a clear message to other Gallic tribes that we are not to be trifled with. It is your duty to follow my command. You think when I tell you to think. You act as I tell you to act. I shall lead the frontal attack with Legio Ferrata, while you circle around with your speculatores. Trapped between us, ᴠᴇᴜ should fall quickly. The rest will disperse once the head of the snake is severed. I am merely getting out of your way. After all, when it comes to this kind of operation, you are the expert. In the unlikely event that something goes wrong, you can always rely on me. Deploy your legion when you are ready.
The three care not about emotions. That which is to be done will be done.
It was him who provided the information. I assume for some reason this is precisely what he wants.